Hey YouTube, this is Phil Gamesh doing a video for Longbox Love Affairs 1000 subscriber contest. Um, he wants us to be over 18, which I am, and subscribe to his channel, which again I am, and have been for quite a while. And then to show one or two spec books, and he also allowed that we could show more if we wanted, so I got a few here, not very many, 5 looks like. Spec books that we think are ready to take off. So first up, I've got Giant Size Chillers #1 featuring the Curse of Dracula. This is the first appearance of Lilith, Dracula's daughter. The reason I picked this is because, well, I mean, raise your hands if you would like to see Blade introduced into the MCU. That's what I thought. Everybody's hand goes up. Alright, so they already did Deacon Frost in like the original Blade movie, and I don't think it's too likely that they'd have Dracula himself as a villain, because even for the MCU that might be a little bit too silly. But what better villain could they use than like a sexy vampire seductress like Lilith? So I think she would be a great antagonist for a Blade movie. And you know, I'm not the only one who thinks that at some point the MCU is going to go into the supernatural kind of corners of the Marvel Universe and start pulling from there, since they've already had so much success with the cosmic stuff. Anyway, I just think she would be a great antagonist for, you know, it could be a Blade movie, it could be something else, Night Stalkers, I don't know. But there's every possibility that nothing will come of it, of course, but it's a long shot, but I think it's a decent spec. Here's another one that's not a long shot at this point. It may end up becoming nothing if they decide to go in another direction, but Special Marvel Edition #15, first appearance of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. They've already announced that they plan to do a movie with Shang-Chi, so this will undoubtedly, probably already I haven't really looked on eBay, but it probably already has taken off and started jumping up in value. Mine is pretty low grade, unfortunately, but it's still nice to have. So if you can find one for relatively cheap, like under $100, I'd say go ahead and get it. Let's do one more Marvel spec book before moving on to DC. This is the, I think it's a 1 in 25 variant for Mr. and Mrs. X #3, which is the first appearance of Zandra, the daughter of Charles Xavier and Lilandra. Again, this is another one that might be nothing, but you know, I look at what has happened with stuff like the Greg Land variant for Edge of Spider-Verse #2, or the whatever, the variant for Ultimate Fallout 4, or All New Wolverine 2. I'm not gonna say that this will end up being on that kind of level, but and it certainly cooled down a little bit from when it first came out. I think it was around, like, it was selling on the aftermarket for maybe around $50 right after it came out, and now you can get it for like 25 to 40. So it's probably a good time to buy it if you're interested in one of those, you know, variant editions of a first appearance of a new character. Again, it might not go anywhere, you know, you never know, but it's definitely worth a shot and pretty affordable at this point in time. Okay, so this is one that Jim Comics has kind of pointed out as a spec book, Batman 38. It's the first appearance of basically evil Bruce Wayne, who's like some orphan kid who models his life on Bruce Wayne. I think he killed his own parents or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I picked this in part because Jim Comics also picked it, and that dude has, in my opinion, it seems like anyway, he's been known to make books spike just by saying them. I mean, I think, for example, Carnage Mind Bomb was all his doing. And even random books like X-Men Legacy 252 kind of jumped up a little bit when he said, "Oh, Donny Cates used the word Endgame in an interview, so go grab this book," which is the first appearance of a character named Endgame, even though I don't think it had anything to do with anything. But it still is possibly a good spec. And I mean, DC is doing a lot with alternate Batman right now. I mean, you got this, which if you don't have it, you should definitely grab it before it starts getting really out of reach. This is Teen Titans number 12, first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. Well, first full appearance. I think I got this for $20 a few months after it came out, and it's already like a $60 to $80 book. And it's going to keep going up because they are still using that character. And with the introductions of the Grim Knight, who's going to be showing up in the Batman Who Laughs #1, and the Arkham Knight showing up in Detective Comics 1000, it almost seems to me like they're going in the direction that Marvel has gone in with Spider-Man, where they're just going to have a whole bunch of iterations of Batman. This is a slight spoiler for Batman number 60, so bear that in mind and try not to hold it against me. But it seems to me like Flashpoint #1 might also be a good book to get. I don't have that one, unfortunately. I need to look for it, but Flashpoint #1 has the first appearance of, at least I'm pretty sure it's in Flashpoint #1, the Thomas Wayne Batman from the Flashpoint universe. And it seemed like he showed up in the end of Batman number 60. I could be wrong, but it seemed like that's who that character was. So if they introduce him into the mainstream DC universe and he sticks around, there's another Batman character that, you know. And Flashpoint #1 is already, I don't know, what, a $20 book? But it probably has potential to go higher. So anyway, those are my spec picks. I just want to say congratulations to Longbox Love Affair for hitting, what, you must be close to 1,500 subs by now. You're doing great work. You always manage to find super awesome hauls. I'm always jealous, because the stuff that I find, I always end up paying more for it than you did. So there's that. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I got. Congratulations again. And everybody who, for whatever reason, if you're watching my video and you haven't subscribed to his channel, definitely go and do so. Alright, everybody take it easy.